everybody. Tammy Talks here. Let's get right into it, y'all. This is Black Ink Crew Season 7, Episode 2, second episode, Second City. Um, Thank you to everybody that is coming back from last week. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thumbs up the video on your way in or out. My social medias are up here somewhere. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, sometimes TikTok. Otherwise, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it though. This episode irritated me. Irritated me. um, and I think it's because we're not seeing the growth in these people that they think that we're seeing over the past years. Um, we're not seeing the growth that they're swearing up and down they've had. But let's get into it, y'all. So the episode starts off where it is a continuation of last week's episode where Ryan is sitting down talking to Anthony still, and Ryan is yelling at him, saying how it wasn't about him, and he's not looking to repair a friendship with him, and it's because he was going through shit himself, and I'm sorry, but if you're truly apologizing to me, you yelling at me is not the way to go about it. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like Ryan doesn't understand. So on one hand, Ryan is saying that he had all these different issues and these different things that he was going through, and he wasn't thinking clearly, he wasn't thinking logically, he wasn't thinking about anybody but himself. So he's kind of expecting Anthony to just be like, oh, okay, well, if it was just an accident, it's okay. And that's not what Anthony is going to give, because y'all were supposed to be friends. And it is amazing. It is alarming how Ryan is trying to make himself out to be the victim in this situation. Like, Ryan really tried to flip the script, and it turned into, because of me, this happened, and I lost the girl that I loved, and my sister died, and this happened, and I've lost friends. And it's like, Ryan, the common denominator is you, though. You know what I mean? Ryan really feels like he can go out and do shit to people, and people just have to kind of understand because it's what he was going through at the time. And I feel like that even goes back to what we've seen with him these past couple seasons of Black Ink Crew, where he has always been looking out for self with the way that he fired people, with the way that he handled friendships, with the way that he has done a lot of stuff. It's okay for him to do the stuff that he does to people because, he might be going through some stuff. But when people do stuff to him, it's just, oh my God, like, basically F you and be done with it. So Ryan kind of tells Anthony that, he's not ready to talk to him about it, and if they need to talk about it another time, that's fine. And Anthony gets up and walks away because, he don't need that bullshit. And it is crazy how Ryan is sitting there with a scowl on his face and with an attitude because he really does not understand why Anthony is mad at him. He really doesn't understand why Anthony can't just accept his aggressive ass apology and be done with it. Ryan has been, I don't want to say trash, but Ryan has been, excuse me, Ryan has trash tendencies. He has trash tendencies, I'll say, and they really come out when he is hurting. And I don't want to say Ryan's therapy is not working, but Ryan's therapy is not working. Maybe it's the therapist, maybe it's the course of treatment they're doing, maybe it's the way that they're going about it, but Ryan has to really, he's not watching himself on TV and feeling bad about it. You know what I mean? I think that's the crazy part for me. Imagine looking back on your life and seeing all the things that you have done before, seeing all the big blow ups you've had, all the times you've overreacted, all the times that you have acted an ass, and not feeling a way about it. You know what I mean? It seemed like Ryan's biggest thing was oh yeah, now the world knows this. We've been knowing this because we've been seeing how you've been acting. You know what I mean? But, alright. So then we see Kit meet up with Joya. Kit is the brand manager for Second City Inc. And Drea, they're sitting down to meet, and Drea is saying how she doesn't want to come back because the first time nothing was together. They didn't have the proper permits, the health department, they didn't pass the health inspection, all this other type of stuff. She felt like Charmaine wasn't really giving it her all, even though Charmaine had, just lost her mom. So it was a bunch of different things that, like, really went into it was a bunch of different things that went into kind of being like, what the hell is going on? Right? So Kit is talking to her and telling her that, things are going to be different this time, and she's going to see to it, and she has her word. And it's like, this is the same thing that Kit did last season when she was coming in and she was talking out of turn and she's trying to do too much, and it's going to backfire, as we see in the clips from was upcoming this season. It seemed like Kit at the end of the season ain't cool with nobody. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it might be time to step away from the show. It just might be. So Dre is acting like she don't want to come back. We know she's going to. She wants that VH1 check. She'll be back tattooing. So much from she's in Chicago to tie up loose ends. Girl, stop it. So then, Phor is talking to Nina, his baby mama. And she's like, do you want to go through the gifts from the baby shower? And Phor is just looking like, I mean, I guess if we really have to. Like, he just seems so checked out and detached from this entire situation, which is weird because he's been talking about wanting a kid and wanting a family for like the past 3 or 4 seasons. So it's like, now that you have a baby on the way, now you don't care? Ooh, Phor is so jarring. Lord have mercy. So, um, they're talking about like one of the little baby's onesies, and Nina's like, yeah, so that if the zippers are in the front, so it's nice and easy for when you have to change the diapers. And Phor's like, change the diaper? Yes, yes. It is so irritating how men on TV act like they are so shocked and confused when it comes across, or like the idea that they will have to change a diaper is presented to them. What do y'all think is gonna happen? Who raised y'all? My God. So it turns into an argument about Phor needing to start coming in at a decent hour, and Phor is like, I don't have a curfew. It's not a matter of having a curfew. It's a matter of being respectful. You know what I mean? Like, Phor keeps acting like they're just baby, like this is just baby mama, but y'all are clearly living together. So like, I'm not understanding how Phor is saying that Nina is doing too much or she's moving too fast when you're clearly going along with it. Why are y'all living together then? You know what I mean? Y'all have to be living together for her to know what time you're coming in the house. So for like, they're in this argument, and he keeps telling her, for one, he called her my nigga a couple times. Then everything is just bro. Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. And it's like, I wish nigga would. if I'm in an argument with my guy, with my dude, with my man, with my baby daddy, the father of my child, you are not calling me bro in an argument. I'm sorry, but you're not. That's not gonna fly. I feel like Nina let that shit go on for a little too long, and that's why later in the episode he did it again. So the argument is Nina wondering why Phor is acting like he's not excited, why he's really not taking this seriously. And Phor is just talking about somehow he's not ready. This isn't the way he wanted to do it. He wanted to be married first. Well, guess what, genius? You were having sex with no condom. A baby, there's a big possibility a baby's going to come. I don't, is Phor dumb? Is he remedial? Like, what is going on? He says some of the dumbest shit every single episode, every single season. He says these things, and it's always like, you're too old to, like, but Phor is too old to act the way that he does, to have the ideals that he does. For like, this woman is 8 months pregnant. 8 months pregnant. And you're saying that you're not ready? You're still trying to get there? The baby is coming. Like, my God. So they're arguing. And she kind of tells him like, I'm 8 months pregnant. You know what is going on with like, and then she starts to cry because she's pregnant and she's hormonal and she's emotional, and the man that she's having a baby with is acting like he is like irritated at the fact that he's having a baby with her. So she starts crying and she says, "Can you turn the cameras off?" And he very monotone said they're not gonna turn the cameras off. And I tried not to laugh, but it was like it was the way he said it, right? So she's like standing there crying, and he like kind of rolls his eyes, kind of like, oh, like he didn't want to have to get up and comfort her. He was irritated at the fact that she was emotional. So she's getting ready to walk away, and he's like, wait, come on. I mean, we gonna work. We gonna get through this. Whatever. Go ahead and lay down. Relax. And it's like, girl, this is the way that this is how your co-parenting is gonna go with him. I just hope you're ready. The Phor that you're seeing now is the Phor that you are going to deal with through the next 18 years. So then we have Don and Phor show up to Nine Mag, and they have a little conversation where they're talking about Anthony, and Phor and Don are saying how they were friends with Anthony as well. They know Anthony through Ryan, and they were like, we heard, we knew about the situation, and it's just something that they don't want to be involved in. They don't want to feel like they're in the middle of. So they were saying that it's something that they had to handle themselves. So then to kind of break up the Debbie Downer moment, Don has the idea of throwing for a bachelor party, which is a play on a bachelor party. I think it's a cute idea. I didn't understand what the hell it was going to be about either. But when you see the party, it actually was like, it was a great concept. I liked it. So we see Charmaine is FaceTiming Kit. And Charmaine is telling her about her dad and how we saw this play out in the blogs, how unfortunately her dad um, didn't recognize her. So he didn't know her, and she starts to tear up, and it's like Charmaine has been through it the past couple of years. We know that her mom died right at the start of COVID. Then we know that she had her baby during COVID, and then her dad died. Then she's having another baby now, and it's like, ooh, Jesus. Like, that is so much for one person to go through, on top of us being in COVID. You know what I mean? So she's talking to Kit, and she's telling Kit actually brings up wanting to have some input on who she hires. Charmaine said no, and I asked why. Why to both people? Kit, as brand manager, why do you want to have input on who she's hiring? So I don't understand why Kit wants the input. And on the other hand, Charmaine, why don't you want to get someone else's opinion on who you hire? Charmaine has this thing where we get it, you're the owner, you own Second City, you have to have a manager. So my thing is, if you're gonna bring in Kit as brand manager, let her be manager too. Let the heifer be manager too. To me, it doesn't make sense to be like, there's no manager here. I'm the sole owner. I make all the decisions. Um, oh my God, it's raining so hard. I make all the decisions, but you kind of don't want to relinquish anything on top of being a wife and a mother and then having another job where you're on the radio. So to me, it doesn't make sense. But Kit told her, I already told Joya she can come back. So Charmaine is like, this is the problem we had with Jess. The problem with Jess is that it wasn't clearly spelled out. And clearly it wasn't clearly spelled out to Kit either, because Kit still thinks that she's manager and not brand manager. That's a problem. So Charmaine agrees to meet with Drea. Kit tells her all the different concerns that Joya had, and Charmaine is like, well, I was going through a lot with my mom and stuff like that. So no, I wasn't focused. But now, Charmaine feels that she's at a place where she has a better handle on things that are going on right now, and she wants to be there for Second City. So Ashley and Nina show up to the Datchler. Well, they're in the car, I should say, on going to the Datchler party. And they're talking, and Nina tells Ashley that Phor and her mom don't have a good relationship. So she's kind of worried about how things are going to progress. So this is a very good example of why when you have problems and issues within your relationship, you don't tell other people, because then other people hold on to that issue, that argument, that situation, when you've already moved on and forgiven your mate. So there was an issue where Nina and Phor had an argument. She went back and told her mom. Her mom proceeded to pick up her phone and sent Phor a scathing text, where it was calling him like a manipulative maniac and how he's immature and all this other stuff. So Phor don't F with her mama now. I'm sorry, Nina, you caused that situation. So they're talking about that, and Ashley is like, you got to get that together because it's going to cause issues for you in the delivery room. It's going to cause issues for you, when the baby is so young and you're trying to, you're going to need your mom's help, but then, you don't want to have to make friction in your house unnecessarily. And I mean, Ashley should know because she lives they have the most friction filled, complicated marriage on reality TV. Second to Princess and Ray J. So, at the bachelor party, Don has this table set up with like a little baby doll and all these different things. Ford picks up a bottle and said, "What is this?" And everybody was like, "Lord have mercy." It's like, Ford, have you never been around kids? Have you never been around children at all? Jesus. So they tell him he has 3 minutes to get the baby ready, pack the diaper bag, and then get the baby into the car seat ready to go. And the way that Ford was fumbling through that, I felt like he threw the baby in the car seat. They were cracking up laughing, but it's good practice for him. Don's growth is impeccable. Don is the only one that is really, to me, that is really matured so far since the show started. So, so Don is his idea for the bachelor party was for them to, it's kind of to help Phor along the way, and I think it's mainly because they see how Phor is struggling. They know he's not really there as far as like being ready mentally, or clearly mentally, emotionally, or clearly just maturity wise. Like, he didn't know what the bottle was. That's alarming. That's alarming. So Ashley and Nina show up, and Nina and Phor have a conversation, and Phor tells her that he doesn't want her mother in the delivery room, which is basically what Ashley just said. So he agrees to meet with her mom so that they can sit down and talk about it, because he doesn't want her to have this added stress on her, and he doesn't want any like issues or added stress or anxiety while she's, delivering the baby. So Drea meets with Charmaine and eventually agrees to come back, like we said. Drea says she doesn't like the word boss, and I'm like, people that say that are so weird to me. Like, you don't work for yourself. You're a tattoo artist, but you still work within the confines of somebody else's space. If you don't want a boss, go open your own tattoo studio or get your own like booth or suite and do it yourself then. I don't like Drea. I don't like Drea. I didn't like Drea last season. I don't know what else to say. We see the first tattoo of the season. We see Ryan do a tiger head tattoo on a friend of his hand. It looked nice. It looked painful, but it looked nice. Ryan does one of those montages about how he likes to mask his feelings and he doesn't need anyone to help him through his depression. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You do. You do, but that's okay. So the end of the episode ends with Phor meeting up with Nina and her mother while they're all getting pedicures. Phor walked in and told that lady, "Just touch up my feet. Are there polish on your toes? Phor, what is she touching up?" But whatever. So they're talking. Initially, Phor walks in and he does not speak to her mother. He speaks to her by just saying, "What up, baby mama," or "What up, mama," something like that. So he sits down, puts his feet into whatever that pedicure soak bath looked. That looked great. I want one of those. So he goes in, he sits down, and it's an awkward silence. Could be editing, could be how it was in real life, in real time, I should say. And Phor starts talking to her mom and saying that he apologizes. Um, if he apologizes for whatever Nina told him, and whatever Nina told her about him, and how he really just wants to work with Nina so that they can get things together for the baby, because he doesn't want the baby to grow up in an environment where there's arguing and there's tension, and he really just wants what's best for them, kind of as a family. So basically, Phor is telling Nina and telling her mama, I don't want to be with you. I want to co-parent this baby, and that's that on that. Nina, however, gets like, I think she catches it. She gets offended, and she is like, you think I'm crazy because I want structure? Oh, because Phor called her controlling. He said that she's controlling, and she was like, I'm not controlling. I want I want structure. I want us to have a structured normal family unit for the baby. So they start yelling over each other. Once again, Phor is calling her bro. You see how she act, bro? You see how you talking, bro? Like, that's how he's talking to her. And then Nina's mom was just kind of like, girl, calm down. I didn't raise you to act like this. I didn't raise you to be like this. You guys can't talk over each other. So then Phor was like, fine, I won't say anything. Phor is such a bitch to me. Oh my God, Phor has always acted like a bitch. Whether he was running up behind Ryan and whatever Ryan wanted him to, like, I'm not even going to go back to past seasons, because Phor, oh my God, when I had my podcast, we used to go in on Phor. And for good reason, because we used to go in on Phor because I feel like Phor is just, he's a bitch. He's immature. He's immature. So they Phor gives like a really backhanded apology, and it's just kind of like, well, whatever, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. And then the next thing you know, he gets up and sachets his ass out of the nail salon. Nina, girl, just know this is how it's going to go. I know in real life, I believe that they are currently engaged right now. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, because I find it hard to believe that Phor would have matured that much within these, 6 or 7 months, if it's been that long since filming has ended. We see that he's very, from what we can see, he's involved with his baby. He's always posting the baby. The baby's name is Forever, I think, kind of spelled like his, with the PH. But it's like, the way that you're acting now, grow the fuck up, Phor. I'm Tammy. This has been Black Ink Crew, Season 7, Episode 2. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Subscribe if you haven't. Thumbs up the episode. Thumbs up the video. Share, repost, all that good stuff. And I will catch y'all next week. Ah.